Hello, I'm Jane Gregory, and I'm a teacher of the Alexander Technique. Welcome to this guided lying down or semi-supine session. Make yourself comfortable on a carpeted floor or a yoga mat. Ensure your knees are bent with your feet flat on the floor, your elbows bent with your hands resting on your abdomen, and your head on between 1 to 3 inches of books. Try out different heights until you find the number of books which are most comfortable for you. Now gently bring your bent knees towards you and give your folded legs a very gentle hug. This will ensure your lower back is comfortable as you return your legs back to the bent position with your knees pointing to the ceiling and the soles of your feet flat on the floor. This semi-supine session is all about taking time to quiet down your nervous system. If you travel back in time, even 50 or 100 years ago, people had more downtime or quiet time than we have today. Nowadays, we expect our minds to be on call all day long, often with little or no time to just stop, without phones, computers, or music as a stimulus. This can put a heavy load on our nervous systems. I like to use the image of a traffic light to explain. Our early ancestors would live mostly in what we'll call the relatively calm green light, crossing into amber during the day and then back to green. If there was real danger, like an enemy tribe or attack by an animal, they would definitely be in the red light or high alert zone. When the event was over, if they had survived, they'd find their way back to green until the next dangerous event. But in today's world, we can have a tendency to live with the amber light switched on indefinitely because of this lack of downtime. Added to this, modern stress is not a one-off event like the stresses which faced our ancestors. Our stressors often have no clear beginning or end, and we can become stuck in the amber light zone, spilling over into red more easily. All of this tends to make the nervous system think there is impending danger, and this can make it difficult to relax and can cause poor sleep, as well as general feelings of unease or anxiety. The good news is, once you are aware of these patterns, you can learn to create your own kind of downtime or quiet time, which can have a profound effect on your general well-being. Lying in the semi-supine position and allowing your body to let go is an excellent way to switch off the amber or red light and go back into green light territory. So let's begin this guided release session. As you have been listening to this introduction, you have already started to let go of tension. So now ask the whole of your back to release gently onto the floor. Think of the body as two parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is from the head right to the bottom of the torso, and so includes the backside and groin area. So the only thing in part 2 is your legs. From the large thigh bones resting in the sockets on the pelvis, up to the knees, and back down your lower legs and feet. This may be a new idea for you, since most people think of the waist or stomach as their middle. But now you can start thinking of your pelvis belonging with everything that's above it. In other words, your pelvis is part of your spinal system, with the legs being separate but an integrated unit. So now let your whole back rest, being sure to include your pelvis in this image of your back. Turn your attention to your head, resting on the books, and imagine it falling further and further into the books underneath. Now that your head is resting, picture letting go of all of the muscles in the deepest part of your neck at the back. Imagine they are softening, and this release is radiating out towards the more superficial muscles of the neck, just below the skin. Allow this release to carry on along your shoulder tops and also down past your neck into the area between your shoulder blades. Let your shoulder blades sink into the floor underneath them. Enjoy the thought that you can let your shoulder blades sink even more than you thought was possible. Ask the shoulder blades to sink down. The shoulder area at the front of your body can also open out and release down in the direction of the floor. Go back to the neck and release all of the muscles from between your ears, where your spine starts, all the way down the back and sides of your neck. Now let the throat at the front rest too. Let go of the soft part under your jaw. Let the lower jaw rest so that the teeth are unclenched and the tongue is quietly resting. Soften your eyes and imagine that if you were looking down at your face from above, it would appear calm and contented. Now turn your attention to your legs, which we are calling part 2 of you. Allow the weight of the thigh bones from the hip sockets to the knees to rest onto the lower leg bones at the knee. Most people are not aware that in this lying down position, your upper legs are supported from underneath at the knee joints by the lower leg bones, as if the lower leg or shin bones are propping up the larger bones of the thighs. So this means you can let go in the hip sockets because there is no need to support the legs as they rise up to the knees. From the knees, let the weight travel down through the shin bones, past the ankles, into the feet, and disperse all of this weight into the floor under your feet. Now that we have traveled through the whole of the body, letting go of unwanted tension, we will continue to rest silently for a minute or two, allowing your breath to come gently in and out with no effort. Finish this session by congratulating yourself for taking the time to quiet down your system, and notice how different it feels. Make a mental note to look for opportunities to create a few moments of quiet time in each and every day. This session is finished.